So we've been through how we define and process emotions, we redefine trauma as programming experiences, and now the time has come to go through each area in life and see how you're not good enough is the one root cause. We start with anxiety, worry or stress. Firstly, give yourself credit and recognise you're not alone in feeling emotions of anxiety, worry or stress. A lot of people around us feeling exactly the same as we do, yet we're the ones that saying we feel these feelings and want to do something about them. Now typically anxiety, worry or stress comes from the unknown, i.e. a future event that hasn't happened yet, or the known unknown, where we feel something bad might happen but we just don't know when. Now that typically might start with experiencing something for the first time, not feeling good about it, and therefore thinking that's how you feel every time you meet something similar in future. As an example, I recently learned of something called maths anxiety, where, as the name suggests, it's a feeling of uneasiness or worry that interferes with the ability to do maths. So this is where typically in your early days you might have had a maths lesson, you didn't really understand the content, you had a maths test, you didn't do very well, and that led to feelings of indifference towards maths. So you didn't really look forward to maths lessons, you felt you weren't good enough at maths. You then had another bad result which fueled further feelings of indifference, and if you didn't do anything about it in your life, this might be when somebody says today, oh, I'm not really a numbers person, i.e. they're not good enough. And studies have shown that maths anxiety causes a decrease in working memory, which is a part of your short-term memory that holds information while solving problems. So maths anxiety doesn't just make you nervous, it can actually hurt your maths performance, which makes your anxiety worse, because now you've got the belief that you're no good at maths. And you self-prophesize that by saying, I'm no good at maths, do bad in a test, have feelings of further indifference, have another bad test, and so on. And we can extend this loop into whatever we're feeling anxious, worried, or stressed about, which is when we get stuck. There's another point to make here, and it goes back to something we said before about feeling natural emotions, but having the messaging from programming around us that it's not acceptable to feel these emotions, and therefore if we do feel them, we're not good enough. So imagine someone says to you, oh, don't feel anxious, pump yourself up, try breathing exercises, etc. Now, all sentiments that mean well, but the words just don't land. Why? Because that would be trying to flip the emotion around, and it's still anxiety viewed as a negative emotion. And again, it reinforces the message that it's not acceptable to feel these emotions of anxiety, worry or stress. We feel further shit, and that we're not good enough. Where we want to get to is to treat all emotions equally, so we can still experience them and accept them, because we're not going to get rid of anxiety, worry or stress, but now we can accept them and feel them and do something about them.